Okay, today we're going to go for a test drive in the newest car that I've just purchased. It's a 1989 Mercedes 560 SEL, which is the W26 model, which I believe came out in 1986 and ran to 1991. Again, this is a 1989.
Wichita's classic rock.
So the W26 was the first of the S-Class model, or let's say designation, and it stood for Sonder class. And this car has a 5.5 liter V8 rated at 297 horsepower. I don't know all the dynamics of the engine, but I know that the next year, 1989, it dropped back down to like 280. This car is capable of 0 to 60 in 6.9 seconds. And when it came out in 1986, it was the fastest production sedan on the road, with a top speed of 155 miles an hour, and until the BMW V12 came out. BMW 750 had an ungoverned top speed. This one was governed at 155, and the BMW would go like 186. This car had, quite a few features on it that were new from Mercedes: traction control, driver's airbag, passenger airbag. It was the first car that focused not just on the front seat passengers, but the rear seat passengers. So several things new, such as adjustable rear seat, not reclining, but it slides out. Heated rear seats for the rear passengers, as well as heated front seats. The other thing that I believe was new for the car were these seat controls that are shaped like a seat and actually move the seat, as well as memory features, and that was a new introduction from Mercedes, and it was patented for quite a while. And then obviously it's become kind of the standard for most cars. But this car is, called a tank by some because of the solidness of the body, and the closing of the doors sound like closing a bank vault. So not a rocket, but 6.9 for a car that seconds to 0 to 60 for a car that weighs this much. This is 70. I drove it back from Dallas and got about 16 miles to the gallon in the car, 16 to 17, driving at 75-ish, which is more than honestly that I thought that I would get. This car has 67,000 miles, and very honestly, it's probably one of the nicer conditioned cars that I've seen in this vintage. I've had it about not quite a week, but I think I've checked out pretty much everything, every light, cruise control, heated seats, front and rear, air conditioning, windshield wipers on the headlights. I've not found a single thing that is not fully functional in this car. There were a few other features this car had that were new from Mercedes. Lights underneath the doors to light you away when you got out of the car. So just some smaller creature comforts. The car has rear footrests as well as the recliner that I mentioned, but extremely quiet, comfortable. It does have the hydro-pneumatic suspension, which actually came out on the 6.9. I have a 6.9. It's also on the site. Car feels very, very much like the 6.9. Obviously not quite as big a displacement, but similar horsepower in the car. But the suspension, how the car feels on the highway, feels very, very similar. This car has obviously gone through some improvements from a quality and from a, let's say, from a noise reduction perspective. So very sophisticated. Transmission is a 4-speed automatic, shifts very smoothly, similar to this 6.9, but a vast improvement over the 6.3. So anyway, that's a little bit on the car. I'll do a detailed walkthrough in another video to show you a little bit more the condition of the car. So thanks for coming along on this ride today. Enjoyed having you. Thanks.